Hello everyone. If you're active on social media, you listen to news, you read newspapers, and you have been active on news tabloids, you would have noticed the trending story of the executive order given by Donald Trump to freeze aid. This has sent shockwaves across Africa because everyone has an opinion now, and our leaders are standing saying, please rescind this decision because it has far-reaching effects on our people. I have a different thought though. This has presented an opportunity for us to rethink aid, to think of our countries beyond depending on other countries, to think of how we can be self-reliant. Because for the longest time, aid has been the backbone of our countries, and it has been the backbone of our continent. As an example, our neighbors here, Malawi, a study conducted between 2000 and 2013 indicated that Malawi depended on aid for their national budget to as much as 73% of their national development budget. What does that mean? The country sits down, draws out a budget. We want to spend on A, B, C, D, and this will cost us this much. And to raise this money, we are going to make money from taxes here, this. After looking where the money will come from and what they want to spend on, they'll then say 73% will come from donors, will come from aid. Just look at this. You draw out a budget and over 70%, you are dependent on others to fund your budget. The story of Malawi is not different across many African countries. Even my country is no exception to a large extent. Zambia. It might interest you to note that about 42% of our healthcare expenditure is donor dependent. It is donors who fund us. I should indicate though that there are certain projects that have impacted us very well, positively. Like take for instance PEPFAR, who've spent billions and billions of dollars fighting HIV and AIDS, seeing to it that we have good healthcare in that space. We are so thankful for this. We are so thankful for these grants. We are so thankful to these donors who've come in such magnanimous ways to help us. But you know what? We need now to begin thinking beyond aid. It might interest you to note that in Zambia, $597.8 million has been received in form of aid in the past 4 years. We are dependent on aid, and this is the story across Africa. And that is why everyone is talking. With this freeze on aid, what does it mean for us? Go to universities, ask graduates where they would really want to work. You would find that a very good chunk they're saying, I want to work, for the United Nations. I want to work for USAID. I want to work in the NGO sector. All these organizations are dependent on aid. So we even have people who are dreaming of their future around aid. So here are the 5 things that I would wish to put across. Here are the 5 thoughts. So the first one, I would wish to challenge everyone to think beyond employment. The freeze on aid has had far-reaching effects. All those working under USAID projects have their jobs on the line. They are uncertain. They can't fathom the next step. They have no idea of what is to come next. So I wish to challenge everyone to say, let us think beyond employment. Regardless of how secure your job might seem to be, every job has a component of insecurity. For the longest time, we would stand and say, entrepreneurship is high risk, you can make losses and your business can close. And I'll share this with you for free. Provided you are not employed by the government, which is a lot more secure. If you are employed in the informal sector, your job is insecure, because before that business wraps up, the business owner, and I'll share it from the entrepreneur's point of view, before I'm chucked out of business, you, the employee, will need to be chucked out. So there is less security in employment, and this cuts across everywhere. As such, I would wish to challenge you to say, begin thinking beyond employment, regardless of the position that you have now. Number 2, rise and be the solution. You know, sometimes we think that our governments have answers to our challenges. Donors have answers to our challenges. I would wish to challenge Africans and my fellow Zambians this way. The challenges that we face, we can be the solution to some of these challenges. The people that have provided solutions to the challenges faced in this world are people just like yourself and myself, flesh and blood. The question I have for you is, what are you doing to make your nation great? And what are you doing to make your continent great? That's the question that you need to answer. Instead of just standing, no, why are they cutting aid? No, the government must do this. The question is, what are you doing as an individual to see to it that posterity judges as well? Future generations benefit from your existence. Or have you written yourself as one who just exists, born in this life, die, no impact? The moment you die, everything gone. No impact in this world. I would wish to challenge you to say, rise and be the solution to the challenges faced in your country, in your community, and indeed in this continent. Number 3, what I would wish to put across is this: take care of your health. Because I've realized that with a cut on this donor funding, one sector that is directly and predominantly affected by this freeze is the health sector. You know, we have free ARVs, we have free PEP, free PrEP, and all these drugs would be given to us for free. And I wish to challenge everyone out there to say, take care of yourselves. Abstain from premarital sex. If anything, if you can't, by chance, use protection. But I would highly encourage you to say abstinence. Iliche. Take care of your things. Don't be too generous. With the cut in funding, life might change entirely. ARVs might be difficult to access sooner than later because we don't know who else is going to cut their funding. Take care of your health. It is a humble plea. Take care of your health. Life might never be the same. Number 4, manage your resources. Let us learn to manage our resources as a people, as governments, and indeed as a continent. Tell me, how can a continent with over 60% of the world's arable land still import food from countries that have snow 6 months of the year? Just explain that to me. Let us take care of our resources. Let us manage our resources. There is so much more that we can achieve with our God-given resources. It might interest you to note that Africa has over 30% of the world's mineral deposits, but yet we are still poor. Why are we failing to manage our resources? Africa needs to think. Let us learn to manage our resources. Let us learn to realize how we can manage the human capital that we even have and position ourselves for the better. Our leaders need to be accountable on this. And we as citizens too, we need to be deliberate about harnessing our special given abilities. One thing that I've realized with our governments is that they are not deliberate to harness talent. There are people who have special abilities in certain spheres, special abilities in entrepreneurship, special abilities in agriculture, special abilities in different spheres. But we have no deliberate policies of, attracting this talent and seeing how we can utilize it for the better. And over and above that, we are not deliberate to make sure that these resources are positioned to, benefit our people. Tax holidays are easier to be given to foreigners and not our local people. I think we need to be deliberate about managing our resources. And finally, number 5, Africa must think. You know what? I don't blame Donald Trump. I think he is a good president, a very good president. He's just looking out for his citizens. He's looking out for the people that are paying taxes in his country. And he's saying, let us not spend aimlessly, spend billions, if not trillions out there, where we are not getting a return on investment. He's just looking out for his people. He is a good guy. He is a good guy. So in a similar way, I would challenge our leaders to be good people to us, the citizens. We need to think. We need to realize that no one is spending sleepless nights anywhere thinking of how to make our nations great and thinking of how to make our continent great. No one. So if we are to go, live beyond aid, then we need to begin thinking. It is a sorry sight that even we as citizens, in as we are calling out our leaders to be accountable to us, we as citizens, what is it that takes up our time? Even on social media, what is it that takes up our time? It is drama. Who has insulted who? Who's done what? Who has undressed? Those are things that take up our time. It is a challenge that for a moment, let us reflect and redirect our energies towards things that are productive, things that will make us better people, things that challenge us to think, act, and implement for the betterment of our nation. We can make our countries great. We can make our continent great if we realize the power that we have as individuals, as leaders, as presidents in our countries, and indeed as a continent. We have so much that we can do, but we can only do that if we think. On that note, the executive order to freeze aid challenges us to think again. But what are you going to do as an individual for the betterment of your country and continent? Africa must think. This is the message from the Radical Entrepreneur, and the future is bright. Hey there! Thank you for watching this video. We would like to impact more lives. So when you share my videos, you are impacting lives too. Don't forget to follow and subscribe to Dumisani Lingamangali Ngobe across all social media platforms. See you in the next video. This is the message from the Radical Entrepreneur, and the future is bright.